Hello, my name is David Sapp. It is April Poetry Month, and I happen to write poems. This spring, I thought we could use some poems about love. Here for you are a few of my love poems. Take care. This first one's called In Love. I'm in love, love, love with Patty, Penny, Cindy, Linda, Brenda, before I know what love is. She is cuter than all the other girls in Mrs. Mendenhall's class, and worth all of Uncle Dale's teasing. Pinker than bazooka bubblegum at the candy store across from Wigan Street School. Sweeter than Saturday morning cartoons and Fruit Loops with 6 extra teaspoons of sugar. Yum, yum, yummier than homemade ice cream churned by uncles after baling hay on the hottest day of July. More real than a bloody nose on the school bus, my first cigarette in the woods. More thrilling than coasting my bike down Glen Road Hill with look no hands or riding the Wildcat at the Knox County Fair. More terrifying than alone, nearly drowning in the Roseland campground pond and no one believing me. More pure than reciting Hail Marys on Wednesdays for confession, and again on Sundays for Mass and Catechism, as guileless as her smile for me, only for me, holding her hand, only once on the playground, wishing, wishing, wishing for just one kiss. This next one's called All We Knew Was to Kiss. All we knew was to kiss in my baby blue '68 Ford on the hot black vinyl seats that stuck to our skin, on the dusty township roads skirting the pungent hay fields and the deep cool woods round Utica, Ohio. At 15 and 17, we tasted bliss, our tongues stemming ungainly words, our bodies hungry, our minds shy, our hands ignorant of purpose. Our soft, plump desire stumbled, falling headlong into bewilderment. All we knew was to kiss. After 30 years, I struggle for her name, but my mouth remembers hers. My mouth still listens for that summer when nothing but delicious, electric silence clung to our lips. This one's called Miss Snyders' Mini Dress. Miss Snyders' mini dress rose and fell in 1973, a fickle curtain at the school play, for grateful 8th grade boys and thrilling a few girls, but we didn't know that then. Nothing else existed except this electric polyester chartreuse, green with horizontal stripes orbiting breast, waist, hips. We'd wait until Miss Snyder's mini dress circled, then leaned against her desk, a collective hormonal unconscious, an archaic savor on our lips. We gawked at her hem slipping against thighs, mesmerized, melding English and myth. Our grammar turned Paleolithic, our speeches guttural mumbling, our literature tales recited like shamans around the fire. This next one's about my aunt. Only you could catch me. Only you could catch me, Auntie. This is your memory. But I'll gladly abduct it, or let's say, better yet, whoever lives longer absconds with it and is required to tend the recollection. You just 14 at the bottom of steep basement stairs, and me just 4 at the top. I seized the chance of flight, flung my little body at you, and you had no choice but to catch me. It was a good thing you were looking. But I knew only faith, not doubt. Only you could catch me. Still a child trapped like me, we recognized our camaraderie. Mom shrieked and swore. We escaped. We were free. Only you could catch me. This is called Split. Uncle Greg was split in two, nearly 2 feet, cleaved down the center. Though curious, everyone was too polite. Of course, I asked. He lifted his shirt above belly and breast, a gracious, intimate nakedness, but he was eager to reveal, prove our inevitability, our mortality. Look, see, his scar. A vertical rise smile, nearly a grimace, laughed at me, opened his heart to me. I've heard survivors say after this surgery only matters of love are significant. This next one's called Aria. Not once have I wept over arts in the Louvre, Uffizi, or Metz. Well, almost over van der Weyden's descent in the Prado, Mary's grief, but that may have been just indigestion after Madrid's tapas, the Museum of Ham. A lithograph in Chelsea, Cato Colvitz's dead mother and child, splayed, stiff, discarded on the curb, brought a single quiet tear. At the reception, the gallery on Water Street, I am at first preoccupied with drawings, paintings, prints, porcelain, delicate, curious assemblages, diminutive constructivism, with wine, cheese, and those gooey sweets with marshmallows, coconut, and caramel, with a hot breath of claustrophobic conversation. In a corner, a soprano hired for the evening presses play for her boombox accompaniment. Unexpectedly, the press of gawkers hushed. From this spare, pretty young woman, an aria. At my age, too cynical or circumspect, on most days I assume nothing may move me so again, but with her voice, sobs come suddenly, exquisitely pure, crystalline tears. All pretense and pettiness fall away. Instantly, this moment is beauty. I am Saint Teresa in ecstasy, her voice piercing me with divinity. However skeptical my arrogant past, this, at last this, must be God's love. Merely called love. Nirvana is a silly pursuit so long as there's a semblance of hope, of love, of love, of love. It is in our nature, instinct, or policy to cling to love, to cling to the thrill, though love's brevity is suffering. An expectation of illusion, a small fleeting comfort, an elusive constant in our chaos, our violence. We pine, we obsess, we facilitate negotiations, then sanction the torment. Tell me, there is no alternative to love, to love, to love.